English.
Okay. So hi, I'm Martin.
I'm Peter, and we are from the company LUKR. We are from the Czech Republic. We're from Pilsen, and we came here to represent you. You know Pilsen. Sounds like you know Pilsen.
I was just there last month.
You were just. And did you visit LUKR?
No.
Well, that's a big mistake because you missed a lot. Because
I was there for Blitzkrieg.
But aren't you visiting LUKR every time you go to a proper bar?
Yeah, well, that's very true. Every time you go to a proper bar, you see LUKR without maybe even knowing you see LUKR. So we're a company, and today we would like to but definitely talk about the science of the perfect pour, because we believe in perfect pour. So, as I said, we are from Pilsen. For those who don't travel to Pilsen very often, we are right here. So not very far from Bayreuth. It's about 2 hours. It really took us just 2 hours to get here, so not far at all. So take your partner for the weekend and come to Pilsen, because there's lots to do, not just beer, but today, of course, we'll talk about beer. Just real quick about the company, how it started, who we are. This is our boss, the inventor, the founder of the company, engineer, Mr. Lubomír Krysl. I'll repeat it one more time. Lubomír Krysl, LUKR. Now you know where the name came from. This is him holding one of our typical traditional beer taps, Barocco. And so the company it has over 30 years of tradition, so it's really well known on the market for many years, and we focus on the craftsmanship of Czech hands. Let's say we're located in Pilsen, so all our people are from Czech, and we make them the faucets and everything right there in Pilsen.
Yeah, so we are focusing on the faucets. That's really the main article. But also we continue with the beer towers. We can design the complete bars with the stainless steel or the chilled bars for the glasses and so on. It also comes from LUKR. We do also produce serving tanks up to 1,000 liters. So the small ones you can see in restaurants like here at Oscar and so on. It's not us, but the similar design of the serving tank. So it's built not in Pilsen, but near Pilsen. But just to know that it's not just the taps, but also all around. We have a lot of accessories, the cleaning stuff and so on, but we will talk about it later. So it's just for the introduction.
Quick introduction, exactly. First we want to talk not about the products, but about the perfect pour. What is a perfect pour for us? It means a lot, not just to us, but to all Czech people. As you know, we have different styles in Czech Republic. The way we pour the beer with the foam, we really enjoy it. It's almost like a national treasure, I would say, for us. To Czech person, beer is more than just a liquid, definitely. So we are. I know that everyone knows that Germany is a strong beer culture country as well. In Czech Republic, we drink 150 liters per person.
Yeah,
a year around roughly, so we're a #1 country in the world to drink beer per capita per person.
So we know it.
So hopefully we know what we're talking about. And we believe that perfect pour, to reach a perfect pour beer, there are 3 main criteria that you need to reach, that you need to focus on. The first one, and now we'll talk about them, so I'll just say the 3 criteria real quick, and then we'll talk about them a bit more deeply. So the first one is to have clean equipment, clean and chilled glass, and then also to have the proper technique. As you can see here, the love in her eyes as she watches our person pouring the beer. So, as I said, the first important part of the perfect pour is proper care. So sanitizing your beer lines, sanitizing your beer tap, is really important. Our sanitizing agents come or go to bars every 2 weeks to sanitize the beer lines and the beer tap. Of course, if you have beers that are, let's say, unfiltered or unpasteurized, you could go even once a week, not once every 2 weeks. But of course, it all depends. I'm just roughly saying the dates now.
Is it legally required in Czech Republic as well as in Germany?
If it's a law to go, you mean? If it's required?
Yeah.
I am not sure if it's really a law. I don't think it is. I don't think that someone will run behind you and scream at you for not doing your
I think it's
sanitizing.
like a
But
good behavior. So it's
In Germany, you have to, as a restaurant, you have to keep a book about this, and then it's a
but
cleaner
it's
account.
still, I think it's a recommendation from the brewery. So here we have the beer, it's unfiltered, unpasteurized, so you should clean the beer line every 2 weeks or maybe in 1 week. So it really depends on the beer, how it's treated, and also the consumption of the beer. It's also plays a role.
yeah. Here are some of our products that we make, that we use for sanitizing. Of course, some brushes that we even brought here, but you probably know them. What's more interesting, let's say, is, for example, the product GastroStronger. It's a product we make in our company. It's for cleaning glasses, so you can put it to your Spielboy, you can put it on your sponge. And there is also there are, we didn't bring them, but there are acid and the caustic beer cleaner for your beer lines. There is a way to sanitize your not to sanitize, to clean your glasses. There's a whole let's say way to do it. So if you get a dirty glass, first you rinse off the beer, the leftovers. Then either you have a Spielboy, or if you don't have a Spielboy, you use the sponge. Why I mentioned Spielboy and sponge is that we believe that the best way to clean your glass is with your hands. We don't, well, I wouldn't say we don't believe in dishwashers, but let's say we believe that this way is better to still do it with your hands. So first you rinse it, then you use either a Spielboy or the brush in your sink, where you have the GastroStronger product either in the Spielboy or in the glass. You go up and down, and then you use the sponge with the soft part, not the rough part, but the soft part, in your glass, and you repeat the process. And what's maybe, but this is something you're very familiar with, what's maybe not so common in Germany is this picture right here. And those are something called chill baths. I'm sure you're all familiar with them anyways, but it's not as common here, I would say, because you have cold water in this cold bath, and you, let's say, put your perfectly clean glass to this bath to relax, to chill down, and wait for the next.
Yeah. The temperature in chill baths have to be set on the same temperature as the beer. It's important. Why? Because it's the same like with the steak. So if you order a steak in a restaurant, you will not get it on a cold plate, right? So it's the same with the beer. We don't want to get the temperature shock. And I want to mention also that it's important the choosing the right glassware. So in Czech, for the lagers, we prefer to have this kind of mug, so that it have a thicker wall. And also the handle, the thicker wall, it means that there's a bit more volume of the glass, so it will stay longer cool down, and also the beer inside, so in the summer days and whatever, so the beer will stay fresh longer. Also the handle, it's important, so if you grab it like this, again there's the heat transfer from your hand to the glass to the beer, and that's what we don't want, definitely. So it's just short info about the glass that is also important. Now.
Okay, so this is one of tapsters in Prague, in Red Deer. We'll talk about that restaurant in a little bit more. But we just want to say that there is like a saying, almost in Czech, that the brewmaster makes the beer, or he brews the beer, there we go. The brewmaster brews the beer, but the tapster makes it. And what is the message is that if you make a really good beer and then the process, the glass is not clean or not chilled, and the technique, the pouring technique is not correct, the beer, I wouldn't say is bad, but it doesn't reach the final quality that you would like the beer to have. So really it's important from the point A to the Z that you brew the beer really well, but you serve it well as well. On the other hand, it works the other way around it. If the beer, I don't want to say is not good, but if the beer is just, let's say, regular, but you really take care of the beer lines and you have a proper accessories and everything, the beer is good, even though it might not be the best beer in the world. And so now I'm getting to the second point, what's behind the perfect pour. So we talked about having the glass chilled and clean beer lines and everything. And now, of course, you need to have the right accessories and the right technique. Here is a picture of our probably, well, definitely most famous beer tap. It's called Nostalgia. It's the traditional side pull tap, Czech side pull tap.
Okay, so where is the magic? Of course, there is no magic. It's only a good design. So the main difference between the regular tap, as you probably know, there are many different kinds of these taps on the market these days. The main difference is that these taps have a piston. So you operate a piston inside and you have only two positions. One is beer and one is foam. On the foam position, inside there is just very tiny small hole which creates the foam. Here we have a ball, so let's say it's a ball valve, and it's operated with the wooden handle by the side, so it's the name side pull tap.
Sorry, Martin, just real quick.
Yeah.
We have a cut of Nostalgia right here. I can send it around. You can try to move around the handle. You can see how the ball is moving around. So I can just send it around here and please continue talking.
Yeah, so here you have, I would say, infinite positions, but of course the main one is closed, then the foam position and fully open. So that's the ball. The other thing is the compensator. We have the plastic one. Most of the regular taps have the stainless steel one. We have a good experience with this plastic one. It's more stable, it's not shaking during the higher flow speed. And it's easier here to operate it, to set the right amount of the flow of the beer. And the third part for the perfect pour is the sieve here, or the mesh. It creates really creamy foam. And maybe one tip, if you are familiar with these taps, you can try to put two sieves inside, and it's for even more creamier foam. Okay, one thing I would like to mention about this tap, also the inside diameter, it's a little bit bigger than these taps. So what it means for your workflow as a tapster, you can serve more beers in an hour, so it means more happier customers and also bigger profit. So it's good to know about that. The maintenance, it's completely different, but here at Nostalgia it's very easy. You just need one tool, one key to open it, and then you can clean it completely, put it in a sanitizing solution once in a while. So it's not a big deal about the cleaning.
But is there a minimum diameter from the line to the tap?
Minimum, yeah. So it starts. It starts here. So you have the beer tubing. There are two kinds. So it depends what you are using. Also the cooler has to be the same diameter. But here was the minimum Probably somewhere around here, where the compensator is, there's the minimum what is possible. Normally it's like 10 millimeters.
When you have a 4 or 5 millimeter line to the tap, that's
Yeah, you can't really change it, it's no problem, but if you set it right with the compensator, it really doesn't matter. So
Okay,
all the
yeah.
beer will be stopped, here, and then it will be released by the
You
compensator.
can really control the foam, not the foam, the flow with the
Yeah.
compensator. So it can either go real quick or just real slow.
Yeah, and
You can
you
really play with it the
and
way
you
you want.
really have to. You can't just open it fully. You need to really find the balance between what we recommend for the Pilsner, Lager, and for most of the kinds of beer. If you see the diameter here, then the beer which is coming out from the nozzle, it has to be like 2/3 so from the diameter, so a little bit smaller. So you will see it
Okay.
how the beer is.
Yeah, 2/3 over here. And here you can see the compensator. We brought one of the Nostalgia. And here really, if you open it all the way, there should be no beer coming out. And
Okay.
the other way, the flow is real quick. So
Yeah, and all the parts, or most of the parts, are stainless steel. You can't really destroy it. So if you buy one tap, it will stay with you forever. So we have a lot of spare parts, a lot of accessories, so no problem with that. So yeah, then let's talk about the foam.
Yeah.
This is the foam. Maybe you want to
Yeah,
talk about it, or should I?
well, you can continue. I just want to say that you can always come to our stand right there and see how we manage the foam, how we, let's say, almost play with the foam, because foam is something that is becoming more and more popular in the world, even in Germany or other parts of the world. But why us Czechs love the foam is something we would like to talk about right now. We would like to say, don't be afraid of the foam, try the foam, because the foam is not just some air filled, I don't know, some non-tasty part of the beer. It's the opposite. It's full of beer, it's wet, creamy, and you can just drink the foam and really enjoy the sweet taste of the beer.
Yeah, so I would say it's the beer, but just in a different state. So for you, it's a foam, but you have to imagine that there are very, very tiny, small bubbles, and all around each bubble there is a beer. So this foam, if you drink, you can really drink it. It's drinkable. It's a lot of full of beer, and it's sweet and smooth, and it's very pleasant for your mouth. And yeah, I can talk about it, but you have to try it. So that's the
Maybe
best
it's
to
important to
experience
mention
it.
that your form is different than the regular
Yeah,
tap form.
as I told you here, you don't have any control. There's just one tiny hole. But here in the ball, it really depends on the angle, how you open it. We recommend something about 20 degrees, 15 degrees. You will find the right spot. But you have more control about it, and we have different pouring techniques. We will talk about later, but the foam, let's say, it stays always like this, so really small bubbles and full of beer. So that's the main difference. So you can really drink it, and it will stay longer like this. So with this step, you are still able to pour hladinka, Nico, whatever, but this is really a better quality. Yeah, and the foam, of course, I'm sure you know, it's the protective layer against the oxidation. So it's very important to start with the layer of the foam first in the glass, and then you open the tap fully and bring the beer to the glass and just close it and go away with the glass. So yeah, Peter said it. Don't be afraid of foam. Just try it, and you will see the difference. And I would say this is it. This is what we call a perfect pour. We have, let's say, 3 main types of the pouring. This is hladinka, then Schnitt, Rico, and the 4th one, it's called Choctaw. But it's not so popular, but it's my favorite, because let's start it here. Here it's the absolutely no foam. It means that there is the biggest amount of the CO2 inside, so a lot of bubbles, but somehow I like it. I like it also with the Coke, that it's somehow the bubbles are shimmering the tongue. So this is my favorite. Most common in Czech Republic is hladinka, that's this one. Here we say that the foam has to be on 3 fingers and the rest of the glass is just the beer. Schnitt is a little bit different. We say 2 parts beer, 3 parts of the foam, and 1 is empty space. We call this one a small beer in a big glass. So it's also very, very common. Let's say it's the best if you go to a restaurant and you want to try something new, then you order a Schnitt just for tasting. Also the tapster or brewmasters, if they want to try something, they test it with the Schnitt. So there's a perfect balance between the carbonization and the beer. This is the easiest one. It's called mlíko.
Milk.
It's just foam. You need to drink it very fast because after some time the beer level starts to rise and the foam goes down. It should stay somewhere. If you have 0.5 liter glass, then it should end the beer level somewhere around 0.3. So then you can see that really in such a foam there is 0.3 volume of the beer. Yeah, so the easiest one, and this one is also easy to pour.
And also the different styles have different taste, of course, as you can imagine. As Martin mentioned, Csoktan has the biggest amount of CO2, so it has a strong crisp when you drink it. And then on the other hand, mlíko, that's why you have to drink it fast. There's almost no CO2, so you need to drink the foam real quick because the foam is becoming a beer and it's really sweetish almost, the taste. So it's very different from Csoktan. And then these two are a bit of a mixture. But it really is interesting to see how the different technique tastes different, and it's something you can try in our stand.
Okay, so I prepared a video because we can talk about it, but I'm sure you are interested how it's done. So here it's a little bit slow-mo video. So it's important. First, a little bit of foam you put away to the drip tray, then you put the glass in, and you really start from the bottom, the maximum as you can reach. You start with the bottom, with the foam, then open it fully, the beer starts to flow in the glass, and then you need to keep the glass on 45 degrees and slowly raise it until the glass is full. Then you quickly end the process and remove the glass out of the reach of the tap, so no drops are coming into the glass. So if they drop it inside, you will see it. It will destroy the nice layer of the foam. So you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, you might be wondering why this is not a side pull tap. It is called Barocco Freedom. The handle is vertical, but the inside of the tap is the exact same like here. So there is the beer, the ball valve, and the screen is there as well. It's just a different style, but it's the inside, the guts are the same, just like the side pull tap. But the rest is what Martin said.
Yeah, I'm just asking any questions here for the hladinka or something. Do you have any other experience with foam or tapping? Okay, so I prepared a second video. It's a mlíko. It's not slow-mo because it's very easy. So just the foam, and you keep the nozzle just right below the level or the surface of the foam. And again, after you are finished, remove the glass, so no drips are coming to the bottle. Yeah, that's it. So there are many articles about how you can pour in a Czech way, many videos about it, and it's not a question just about the Czech beer and Czech culture. In America right now, our taps are also very popular. Here's an example of the article from New York Times. They describe how our friends from Nightglow Brewery serve their beer in Brooklyn. And as you can see, the styles are completely the same. Only this one, they have different shape of the glass, and they call it the milk tube, and it's very, very popular. It's the most popular drink, and yeah, they built a reputation on it, and it's great.
Yeah, it's just to show you that the foam is really fun to play with.
Yeah, and now I want to show something which is really special.
I love it.
We call it Rezani. You didn't see it before, but if you have the right conditions, and I mean you have one beer with higher density and the second beer with low density, you can do this mixture of the beer where the two layers of the beer are really separate and visible. Yeah, it's totally different experience, different taste. The combination of these two, again, in a good restaurants, you will find it like this, and you can play with it. But it's the hardest pouring technique. You definitely need some skill and also a lot of patience, because it needs a little bit more time to prepare it.
And again, it's called rezani. That would translate to cut, because you almost like cut the beer in half, or that's what it looks like. And if any German comes to us today and says rezani, you win a prize. That's just
Okay, then for stout lovers and Guinness lovers, I mentioned that we have a lot of accessories to our tap. I want to mention this stout nozzle. There is again a mesh inside with very tiny small holes, and I prepared a video where you can see how you can pour stout type beer into the glass. Of course, that there is the gas. It has to be a nitro, and after that you will get the nice lava effect for the stout. But you just need to change the nozzle and the gas, and you can prepare such a nice.
Are there any Czech breweries that serve their dark lager that way?
yeah, there are some. I don't know the names, but I know that there are some.
Yeah, you can test it also with your beer. This is really made for the stout, so it's not for like every dark beer. I wouldn't recommend it, but definitely for stout, for stronger beers. Yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, now that was few words about the pouring technique, about the tap, but LUKR, they are not doing only taps. As I mentioned, we are doing producing the beer tanks. This is the restaurant Czerwony Jeleń, the Red Deer in
yeah.
Prague. It's really like a modern restaurant, and here you can see we produce the highest beer tank tower ever made. It's inside and it's great. If you are in Prague, you should visit it. It's a very nice place. It was an old bank, so you see all the thick walls and ceilings. So there was some, money inside.
It's very unique, definitely.
Yes, we produce also the traditional Czech beer towers. This is just example of one kind. I would like to mention that there is also a possibility to connect the serving tanks directly with the tap. So that's the freshest beer possible you can do. This is again a picture from pub Dvako, and it's a pub, and inside next to it there's a brewery. So there is really a connection between the brewery and the tap room, and they serve it like this, and it's also a very, very popular place to go in Prague.
It is
Yeah,
possible to have a beer tap straight from the tank, and also we brought to show you our nostalgia tap with this ending, and it is for the German. I know in Oktoberfest, yeah, I can see you hammering it exactly. So if you have a wooden keg, you just here's the nozzle, and you unscrew the nozzle, put this part here, take your hammer, smash it to the
Is
wooden
it the
keg.
replacement part to change the end, or is it a completely different?
It's a-
This is a completely,
It's a
body,
completely different body, because it's
but the idea
mounted
is to
here.
keep the same idea of the technique, of the brewing technique, with the ball inside and so on, but adapted so you can work with the wooden cask.
Yeah, but it's not just you can change it to your nostalgia. You need to get a whole new tap. But basically, you just change it with the knot here, and you can pour the beer with nostalgia, which is kind of fun thing to do.
Damn. I have a regular nostalgia, and I have Dickfässer, so
Yeah. Okay.
it would be ideal, but
Yeah, but no, sorry. It's one here, so it's a whole new body. The inside is the same with the wall and everything, but the back here is different.
Yeah, and maybe there are some homebrewers around, so if you have a lager tank inside and you don't have a restaurant where you can serve your beer in beer tower and so on, there's one hint I would like to share with you. If you have the right sampling valve on a tank with the same connection like on our tap, you can connect our tap directly on the sampling valve, and again you can pour the beer in the same quality directly from the lager tank. So it's just one hint, and it's commonly used in craft breweries in Czech.
And what was the name of the restaurant there?
The Vakouti. So it's like a brewery and tap room. It's no restaurant. If I'm saying that restaurant, I'm sorry, but it's a brewery with the tap room. Vakouti, yeah. I don't want to translate it.
Two roosters. Two roosters. Yes.
Okay, just shortly another example installation from LUKR. You can see our beer tower and our tanks. We call it boiler, so it's hanging on the wall, and it's also quite impressive what they did, the architects and so on. This is a restaurant Uteleru. Also very nice design. Here, other kind of design of the beer tower, we call it Nautilus. It's a combination of the copper and the brass materials. Here we have different kind of tanks, horizontal, vertical. Here it's a vertical tank with a skirt, so you can't see the legs. It's also for the interior. It's very nice. The real materials, you need to take care about it. And another design of the beer tower. This is pretty massive, heavy brass. Last example of the installation. It's my favorite type of beer tower. There's a nice patina on it, and also the serving tanks hanging on a wall. For these serving tanks, we are producing our own inliners, so we have the complete machines where foils are welded together. Just shortly, we also produce our own PAT bottles from Performa. There's a possibility to prepare a custom logo for you if you are interested. And
what's the smallest tank size you make?
250. But if you have requests for something else, I'm sure we will find the way. But we have, some stock parts, so 250 liters is the smallest one.
Yeah, usually we make 250, 500, and 1000.
It's a bit too big for homebrewers.
It's a big, yeah.
But you also have to be willing to sacrifice some beer when pouring with these taps. It's probably very counterintuitive for homebrewers to let the beer run before holding the glass under the faucet.
Yeah, but just a little bit. You don't need to wait 2 seconds. It's just a little bit, because in the nozzle,
it's just really the beer that's over here, waiting over here,
Yeah.
because the oxidation is there, and if you don't tap for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, the beer can get, let's say, old in there. So you just really start, and then you continue. Well, I had
Makes sense, yeah.
wrong position. So you really just start, and you continue with your glass like 2 seconds later. So you don't really lose much beer, but I see your point.
If you want to plan to visit a Pilsen, you can join our Perfect Brew Academy. Our master bartender Andrzej Rosipal, he runs 3 different kinds of courses for tapsters, also for the professionals, and 3 different kinds of courses for a specialist for sanitizing and also a professional. But for the tapsters, at the end of the professional course, you can get a certificate that you made all the tests and that you are good in it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and he's a professional. There is a Pilsner Urquell tapster competition every year for the best tapster of the Czech Republic, and he's the winner from 2022. So he knows what he's doing, and he knows all the tricks and techniques. So.
Yeah, and once you are in Pilsen, you can visit also our brewery, Burgmeister. There is a good restaurant with the traditional Czech dishes. There is a beer spa, which I will show you here. So you can lay in the bath full of beer, you can drink a beer, it's
unlimited beer for the time you're there. And it's the same beer that we have here on the tap today. So the beer, if you like it today, this is the brewery and the hotel and the beer spa, so it's all connected.
Yeah, one interesting fact, so it's brewed with the most famous hop from Czech Republic, from Žatec, so probably you know Sas. So that's Žatec, and it's the red wine hop, so there are some amount of these hops inside, so please come to us and try it by your own. You can visit local assets.